안녕하세요 여러분. 오늘 우리는 시간에 대해서 공부하겠습니다. 한국어로 시간에 대해 표현을 어떻게 하는지 배워보겠습니다. So, today we will learn some expressions about time, how to tell time in Korean and how to talk about time in general in Korean language. So let's start with how to say time in Korean. So time is called shigan. Shigan. So if you want to ask someone, do you have time? Then how would you ask that? 시간이 있어요? 시간이 있어요? Or sometimes you can just drop the particle and you can say 시간 있어요? Or 혹시 시간 있어요? And the answer to that question, 혹시 is a word that means like by any chance. By any chance, do you have some time? It makes it a little bit less blunt. How would you respond to that question? You can say 네 있어요. 네 시간 있어요. Or you can say 아니요 시간 없어요. 시간이 없어요. So these are the two ways in which you can respond. 아니요 시간 없어요. 네 시간 있어요. Or like if you want to specify, like do you have time on Sunday or this Sunday or this weekend? How can you ask that? 주말 is weekend. 주말, 주말에. A is time particle. It's very important. Always remember that whenever you use a time related word or expression, you always add A to it. In English, it can mean in, at, on, anything. But in Korean, we just have one particle for everything. So whenever you use day, week, month, hour, anything, just add A after it. So 주말에 시간이 있어요? And the answer can be 네 있어요. 아니요 주말에 바빠요. 주말에 시간이 없어요. That can also be correct. So that is time. Now let's see some other expressions. So first to start with how to tell time or how to ask time. What is the time now? How can you ask that? You can say 몇 시예요? 몇 is like counting how many. So 몇 시예요 will mean what time is it? What time is it now? And the answer to that can be, if you just want to tell the hour, like it's 2 o'clock, then you can just say 2시예요. 3 o'clock, 3시예요. You always remember that we use the native Korean numbers, hana, tul, set, net, native ones, to tell the hour. But if you want to include the minute as well, let's say if you want to say that it's 2:30, then you will say 투시, and 30 will become 30, 30분. 30 means 30. So for minutes, we are using Sino-Korean numbers. I hope you already know them. Native Koreans are hana, thul, set, and Sino-Koreans are il, i, sam, sa. So when telling the time, for hours we will use native, for minute we will use Sino. It's confusing, right? But with time you will get used to it. So this is how you tell time. So hanshi, thushi, seishi, and something like that. And when you want to add minutes, you will just add this and minutes. So she is like hour and bun is minute. And you won't need it much, but if you still want to express seconds, it is cho. Seconds. Okay. Now let's come to some larger units of time. So let's start with year. Year is called nyon. So if you want to say 2010, then you will say 2010. 2020 2020. So you need to like know how to read the numbers, but yeah, you can just add nyon after it. And if you want to say in that year, then we already know the particle a, 2010년에. 2020년에. So if you want to say I came to Korea in 2010, you can say 2010년에 한국에 왔어요. Okay. Now if you want to say that I will graduate in 2022, then you can say 2022년에 졸업할 거예요. 졸업하다 is to graduate, so you can say 졸업할 거예요. Okay, so that is year. Now let's come to month. Month is also very easy to write in Korean. It is vol. So, and how do you write January, February and all these months? You just add the number, the order of that month before this vol. So if you want to say February, you will just say e vol, because February is the second month, right? If you want to say let's say July, so July is the seventh month, so you will say chirval, right? So there are only two exceptions to this, and those are June and October. So technically June is 6 months, so 6 is yuk, right? So it should be yukvol, but no, it's not yukvol, we call it uvol. Similarly, the October should be technically, because it's 10th month, it should be shipvol, but no, it's shivol. Remaining months, remaining 10 months, you can just put the number, Sino-Korean number before vol, and you will get the name of that month. So if you want to say that I came to Korea in August 2010, so how will you say that? In English, we put the date first, then month, and then year. In Korean, it's exactly opposite. You go from the larger unit to the smaller units. So you will write the year first. So you will say 2010년. Then you will say the month, that is August. So it is 8월. And then you will say the date. So for day, we will use the word il. Il means day. So we will just add the number before il. So ship o il. So nyon, vol and il. Oh, we forgot that. How to say AM and PM? That's very easy. So AM will be, for AM we have the word ojon, and for PM we have the word ohu. So if you say ojon 5시, then it means 5 o'clock in the morning, like 5 a.m. But if you say ohu 5시, it becomes PM, 5 p.m. Okay, and I hope that you already know the words for morning, evening, night, or let's study them as well. But before that, I want to let you know one very useful tip, that we have a word in Korean, pan, which literally means half. Okay, so if you want to say it's 2:30, which means it's like 2:30, then you can say 2시 반. 2시 반이에요. You can also say 2시 30분, 2:30. But this is much easier, right? 2시 반이에요. So 5:30 will become 5시 반. 5시 반입니다. Okay, and okay, let's quickly see the words for different times of the day. So the morning in Korean is 아침. achim, and evening is chonyok, night is pam, and there is another word because we are studying about time, so I would want you to know that sebyak. Sebyak is like early morning when you are talking about 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. So for that they will use the word. Technically it's ojon, am, but for that they generally use this word sebyak neshi, for example. That means like early morning, 4 o'clock. Okay. For afternoon you can just use this word ohu. That's totally fine. Ohu is technically, it means PM, but it can also mean afternoon. So I think we have covered a lot of expressions about time, and I think that you should be able to use these expressions in your day-to-day life. So, Hamsa Amnita.